What's up? It's Cato. Welcome to episode 3 of the Cat Olive Chronicles. This next one is called How to Be Taken Seriously, and I've got this broken down into 2 parts because I don't know how long this is going to take. If we can do it in one, we'll do it in one. If not, we'll break it up. So, a very common question that I get asked all the time, besides the will you manage me, is how I got started. How do I get started? And then, again, will you manage me? Okay, you've taken the steps to be legit, but at the end of the day, this is an ever-evolving process as consumers change, as platforms change, as new things are released. You should be up to date on all these things outside of me trying to inform you. So I guess first question is, do you have a fan base? Or a core group of friends that are willing to ride or die for you, continually support you until you either make something of yourself or you give up. One of the two. But one of the things that you should do is create a name for your fan base. Again, it should be, tailored to what you call yourself. I'm looking for my gum pack, but I don't have it. But, if you are calling yourself Peppermint Cobalt or Spaghetti More Spaghetti, maybe your fan base should be called Spaghetti More Spaghetti Get Ready. I don't know. Just something that, ties into you so people can easily find you. And then what you should do after that is create a hashtag. I don't know if people pay attention or not, but almost every single post on the internet, on every single platform, has hashtags because you can search hashtags now. And if you don't know how to do that, you are really, 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 really far behind on the times. But if you're going to do it, I would highly suggest that you do, this isn't relevant to you creating a hashtag, but if you're going to use other hashtags in your post to get people to find you through searching, I would definitely highly recommend that you search the hashtags you're going to use before you actually post them. I would say that 99% of people who use hashtags don't actually know how to use hashtags correctly. They hashtag things that aren't actually hashtags. Create a fan base, create a hashtag. When it comes to doing your social media, you should create a content posting calendar. A lot of this has to do with, again, doing research. You should go look at Macklemore, Shark Gang, look at Logic, Rat Pack, look at whomever you like that uses hashtags when it comes to labeling their fan base. And just go do a lot of research. Look at all of their social media channels across the web, see how they use their channel, see how they use the hashtag, and maybe build a mock calendar or mock example of how to do a content posting schedule that's actually going to get you seen. Facebook is probably, when it comes to personal pages, the easiest, just to post your random thoughts at random times and people will randomly see them. But if you actually want to make a wave on Twitter and Instagram, you really need to pay attention to when others are posting, when the best time to post is based upon people's lives, their jobs, when they might be coming home from work, when they might be leaving for work. And then something I actually learned recently is that you should definitely look at the big companies that do their posting and kind of avoid those times because they soak up so much of the traffic on the web that you're just going to get swallowed up and not seen. And when you create the content calendar, try to, if you have a letter in your name that is the same as the letter of a week, try to come up with something like that, like, I don't know, Man Crush Mondays or Millions Mondays or Mac Mondays or something like that. Taco Tuesday, whatever the hell it is. Come up with something that, I don't know, every week somebody is just, fuck man, I'm really excited. Woman Crush Monday or woman or whatever the hell it is coming up today. Like, that's all they wake up for. They're so excited to see your shit. And obviously when you post that crap, hashtag it. Hashtag it with the name of the day that you're doing. Hashtag it with that name. Hashtag it with your fan base. Something that is easy to follow and people know week in and week out that this is the day that they can expect some sort of content from you. A great one to use as an example is Webby Wednesday. I think people may have anticipated he was going to release a song every Wednesday, but that's just not feasible. Who's going to release 52 songs a year unless you're Russ? But he would release a new merch item, or he would release a new visual for a track that he already previously released, or he would announce a tour on a Wednesday. Like, that stuff is really, 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 really good at just creating that one day that everybody knows that you're going to be doing something on that day. But I would definitely highly recommend that you have enough content to do that. Don't start it up. You have 2 weeks worth of content, and then you're struggling to make rent 1 week, but you can't pay for your studio time, or you can't pay the video guys. You don't get your video, and then the next week not that you would have really built up much buzz over 2 weeks, but you are going to immediately kill your buzz again because you just don't have anything ready. So I would definitely recommend talking about it, talking about the hashtag, talking about the day, talking about what you plan to do during that time, and then build up 3-4 months worth of stuff. 3-4 months. And even if you come to a week where you're like, I don't really have, something new to release, that's when you can start getting on, Facebook Live or Instagram Live or YouTube Live and start doing Q&As with fans, or you can start doing reviews of your music. People to chime in with their thoughts and their opinions. I mean, stuff that I'm going to do with this podcast. I've already done 2 videos where I just randomly went off on a tangent, and organically they got the most views out of everything. There'll be a Sunday post for a podcast that I end up just doing a live Q&A. One of my biggest, not supporters, he doesn't support me, but influences is Joe Rogan. Like, his podcasts are great. I want to have conversations with people. I think I may have one set up next week with an up-and-coming MMA fighter, Joe Bauman. Him and I actually go back like 10 years, kind of relationship didn't fall apart. We just never really kept in touch, but now he's doing big things, and I'm trying to do some more stuff, and I think we might have something set up, and, hopefully that's not a live episode. Maybe it'll just be a pre-recorded thing where we talk about life, talk about music, talk about him fighting, kicking people's asses. So anyways, okay, so with the hashtags, again, the purpose of that is to make sure that you're easily findable on the internet. I discussed at length that I can't find SoundCloud rappers anywhere. I find one thing. And doing this is just presenting yourself in a way that people know when they tune in that you yourself are interested in delivering a quality product, and that you're interested in doing it in a professional manner. Sure, people do like to be spontaneous and crazy, but what good does presenting something in a completely random and spontaneous way do you? What good does it do you if everything else in your, leading up to that is chaos, and it's disorganized, and your posting is all over the map, and you're sitting there crying and whining on your Facebook page about, damn, why isn't anybody liking my stuff, man? You guys are haters, or it only takes 5 seconds to share and post and support your friends. Well, you know what? That's true. But if you do it, like, at a time when I actually have time to look at your shit, cool. I've got like 5 people that I actually visit their profiles. That's it. So if your shit doesn't show up in my timeline during a time when I'm taking a shit, sorry, probably gonna miss it. And it's nothing against you. It's just somebody gets 8 likes and they're out there crying about how they want to quit music. Like, maybe you should just reevaluate how you're delivering your content to people that have fucking jobs. I don't know about you, but you're not supposed to have your phone at your job, right? Even though I did see a girl at Home Depot yesterday literally talking on the phone, on speakerphone, while I was checking out. They're talking about going to see Lion King. And I actually wanted to chime in and be like, yo, are you checking me out, or you just having a conversation with your friend? So anyways, that was pretty quick. So we'll just we'll jump into the second part here. We'll skim through it. You've taken these baby steps into organizing yourself, and again, investing the time and probably a little bit of money at this point. And you're saying, hey man, I've asked the questions. Hopefully I've answered them in a way that's going to get me further. I've taken steps to legitimize myself, and I want to be taken seriously. What else is there? Well, again, this could be a 17-hour tirade, but, a question you have to ask yourself that I touched on before is, do you have a press kit? And not one of those, you pay $15 a month to Sonic Bids, EPK crap. That fucking website is a joke. They basically offer you an opportunity to see something about, hey, do you want to submit to perform here, or do you want to submit your stuff for sync licensing, or, and don't get me wrong, there's probably people who have had luck at it, but damn, that website is a waste of money. What I suggest is creating a one-page PDF with a professional photo, not staring off into space, smelling your fart, that has all of your social media icons. Literally, YouTube how to make one of these. Like, don't look cheesy, crappy. Half the flyers I see posted on Facebook, it's garbage. Social media handles, again, the icons all match. You probably don't have statistics at this point that are really worth showcasing or showing anybody because you're just building, but you should definitely have something on there, a contact email. If you do have some sort of streaming stats or sales stats, obviously showcase that shit. Like, people want to see that stuff. The only real one that showcases plays is SoundCloud and YouTube, and then the only thing that really shows your followers is Spotify. Everywhere else doesn't show that stuff. So if you can showcase the information on the back end, just be ready to prove it if you're asked. Put that on there. Do you have a logo? I've got multiple business logos. If you do not have one, you should make one. You should draw out a sketch or mock something up, and then you should have someone design it. And if you're in Minneapolis, I would suggest hitting up Jeremy with Trend Cities or John Polito, two guys that I still don't understand. People are out there, who makes flyers, who makes logos? Like, if you live in Minneapolis and you don't know either one of those two names, or even Quiz Harlan, what the fuck are you doing? Like, these are the big players in the market. Like, those guys can knock your shit out. Like, Jeremy's actually the one that made the Cat Olive Chronicle logo with the big cat nuts and the beer cans. I think on that, we'll stop. I've got plenty of stuff to talk about in the second one. But with the logos, the press kits, the websites, the social media handles, the day of the week that you want to do content posting, your hashtags, like, it's, again, I don't look at these as things that I struggled with or that I failed or made a mistake to learn. These things to me are common sense. Maybe before, like, I only knew like a couple of them, but like, these are things that if you don't have these things, my God, like, please do them. Like, I get freaking messages on Instagram that I have to accept, and I go in and look at them, and it says, "What up, doe? You know I got that fire. Can I get on the baby?" Like, that's your pitch. And then, even then, I'll go look at your page just to see, like, maybe you're just bad at talking. Maybe that you just don't know how to approach somebody. And I'll go to your sites, and you're unorganized. You're talking about smoking weed. You're talking about stupid shit that I just don't care about. So this is, step one of how to be taken seriously. I give plugs to all the people that I work with and have done great work. And I would highly recommend hitting up any of these people that I've talked about. So, again, I just want to say thanks to everybody so far that's been tuning into these things. It's up on everywhere now: Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, Spotify, a bunch of other podcast websites that I didn't even know existed. I think I said YouTube already, and I'm getting, great engagement, and I really appreciate you guys, because every week I'm not going to be as enthusiastic to do this. I'm going through some home renovations right now, so just mixing that in with my day job of trying to get CLM more concerts and all the other things I do, like, this is hard. Like, I'm looking at myself right now, and I'm like, you do not look into this, but you know what? It's okay. I can't be as excited every single time. But anyways, man, that's episode 3, How to Be Taken Seriously, part 1. I am your host, Cato. This is the Cat Olive Chronicles. Please, if you like these, subscribe to any one of those platforms that I just pointed out. Please share them with your friends. Again, if you guys have comments, feedback, anything you want me to talk about, or anything that you think that I'm just flat out wrong, I would love to hear it. I want to talk about it. I want to get it right. I want to make sure that you guys are taking steps that, just make you a better artist, a better person, and get you more prepared for this grueling, pain in the ass business. Peace.